have you ever felt lonely in your business? Or maybe do you know someone who has felt lonely in their business? You know, they turn up for work each day, running the business, they open the doors, they do everything, they might even have staff, but somehow they're not connecting with them and they're not connecting with their customers in the right kind of way for whatever reason. If that is you, or you know someone close to you that feels that way, I want you to listen to this message, because I believe that it's possible to turn your business into a little mini club of your own, where you have friends there all the time, where you have events that you can attend, and also that you have some fun that you can enjoy, and not be on this lone wolf type of experience that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners do go through every single day of the week. So, bear with me. I'll show you how all of this works and how you can overcome this problem by some very simple changes to your business if you've got an open mind. The first thing I want you to consider doing, running your own business, and whatever it is you're doing, whether you're doing this as a business part-time or whether you're running a full-time business, and you've got lots of opportunities out there to meet people every single day, one of the first things that you need to do is to stop saying no to going out to meetings. You know, when someone rings you up, or they talk to you on Facebook, or they speak to you sometime on the weekend and say, hey, I reckon you ought to come along to such and such a meeting with me and mix with some of these people. And you probably turn to them and say, no, I'm busy doing this, I've got to do this for the business, or I've got to make these deliveries. Whatever it is, give them a break and go out to some local events. Give them a break and listen. Set aside some time and actually go out to some of those meetings that are nearby to you, where you can actually meet other people and maybe even meet other business people in the process. That's the first thing you need to do. Commit yourself to that, and that will be a starting point for you to consider looking at what the wider range of actually having events that you can attend, and maybe model off some of those for what you can do in your own business. Okay? That's the first step. The second thing that you need to consider doing, and I do think that this is very important, if you're going out to meetings or people are coming to you for meetings, people don't have time to swap around their details of what's your website, what's your Facebook listing, how do I find you on LinkedIn, you know, what do you do, all of those types of questions. Here's something that still is vital in today's world. Have a look at this. I'll hold it up closer to the camera. See that? That's what's called a business card. Okay, I'll be the first to admit it's not a really professional looking one, but it's better than nothing. And any kind of business card is better than nothing. I've got it in here in this little tiny folder type thing that I purchased at Officeworks that allows me to put a whole lot of business cards into here. And as you can see, when I'm in a meeting, people don't have time. People don't have time to swap their details, or what do you do with this, and I don't have business cards. Rubbish! You should have business cards, because it is a time-saving feature for business people. If you've only got time for a 30-second elevator speech, you've probably heard that saying before, the 30-second elevator speech, you need to have a business card. That is extremely vital. If you've got that, you're more than halfway there to having people connect with you, and who knows, you might get a customer out of that, or you might find a new friend out of doing such a thing. You know, oh, we need to meet for lunch. How do I get in touch with you? Oh, my name is blah, 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 blah. You get home from the event. Who was that person? Gee, they were really good. They said they were doing, and then before you know it, you've forgotten. But if they've got your card and you've got theirs, you're more than halfway there. Isn't that fair enough? Okay, real life situation here is I have a social life as well as a business life. But believe it or not, the two can mould together. And in one form or another over the last 20 plus years, I've been running social events as a business. Here's an example of something that I do in the nearby capital of Melbourne, which is about 800 kilometres flying distance away from Sydney, where I currently live. That's probably one of the placeholders there that I usually put up on a table or something like that before an event. And here's another one here for my Sydney events, okay? Something that I put up whenever I'm doing walks or having a coffee shop get together or something like that, or many of the different events that I run. I also have a business group as well, so I also have regular events online and also some face-to-face events quite regularly as well with my business group. Apart from the fact that, yes, I'm a member of plenty of other different clubs and organisations out there because I just like to meet with people all the time. Sounds pretty fun. Okay. Now, by running some of my own events, I have people that join up to me. They join up to my email list. They get in touch with me, be that through Meetup or trybooking.com or even on Eventbrite because I've got events on there as well. So across all of these different websites, and including my own actual websites that I've got, I also have another little select group that I've got where I basically help out people with running their own events and growing their business, and that's my davidnewtonevents.com website, which you're free to check out and see what I do, and please join up to the email list. Essentially, it's this. If you're running events, people are in touch with you. You build a relationship with those people right across the board. Now, for some of those people will join and be in your inner circle. You know, some of those people will gravitate to you more than some of the rest. And some of those people will be there faithfully for a very, 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 very long time. And I'm talking about years and years or even decades. And yes, that's what's happened to me. I've had some people come along to my events and they might have heard me at a seminar that I ran, or they might have come along to one of my special events. We had a great conversation on the day, or I might have said something that said, that's a great idea. I actually want to connect with this person and stick around with them. And that's happened to me. I've had some people stick with me for 30 plus years or more purely because they come to one of my events, we clicked, and they've stayed friends ever since. Amazing. But that's the whole thing. When you run events, you're attracting people that think a bit like you, they gravitate to your values, and you have new friends. Now, if you're particularly ambitious and you do want to start a club of some sort, I can tell you it's not an easy thing to do. It does require a fair bit of effort, but there are huge rewards in doing so. However, at a smaller level, you can do something. Look, I had written quite some time ago. You'll find this particular book, which is on how to start your own business club. I've written that. You'll find a copy of that on my Amazon Kindle books under David Newton, how to start your own business club. And probably one of the big things here is if you do start a business club, you have a tremendous advantage in several different levels. One, this could give you a consistent number of potential clients coming your way, not quite on automatic pilot, might need to push it a little bit to make it move, but the people that come along to your events and come along to them face-to-face particularly are the ones who will resonate with your level of thinking. And they will also probably resonate with your level of values. And think of what that's going to be like for you, not having to explain the whole world from Adam just to someone that comes along to your events. And if they come along to your business club, you also have the opportunity for having membership income, which can give you a little bit of monthly recurring or annual recurring income, because people pay membership fees on a regular basis, of course. And if they're getting something out of the deal, which I'm sure you're able to give to them, you know, if you're able to give them a fair bit of value on an ongoing, month after month, yearly basis value, imagine what that's going to do for your life. You will meet exciting people. You will have an interesting life. Your business is going to thrive because people will trust you and trust what you're doing for them already and say, well, he does such and such a business and I could go to anybody else up there, but because he's been running these events, I will trust him or her, and that's going to be the benefit ultimately to you because you've built up that trust. You've built up the effect of saying, okay, I can do this, and you, by being of service to them in their own life, in their own social business life, it will also have the runoff effect directly onto your own business. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people start a business club. But even if you can't do that right away, what you can do right now, right today, now think about this, what can you do right now, right today, to take advantage of doing something that will actually have an impact upon you, yourself, your business life, improve both A, taking you out of loneliness, that is, I'm doing it all by myself, and number 2, creating an effect whereby you can develop some new customers. Okay, here's 2 simple events that you can do straight away. Okay, now, mark my words, this is something you can do right away. First thing you need to do is to organise meeting people at a coffee shop nearby you. Not just a tiny coffee shop which has only got 2 or 3 tables and there's only standing room only. Find something that's got a big amount of space and ask if you could use a little bit of the room at the back of the room of the cafe at a quiet time, not between their peak hours between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning, but maybe between 9:30 and 11:30, somewhere between there and there. Have a 1-hour meeting and invite all of your customers. That's right, all of your customers and those who are thinking of buying off you or whatever the case might be, invite them to a meeting there at the cafe. Can you do that? It might require a bit of telephone time, you're picking up the phone and speaking to these people. That may be a bit of the case. A little bit of elbow grease, right? You'll have to do a little bit of work. You might need to type a few messages to get people motivated and say, hey, we're going to do this next Thursday. Let's meet together. Blah, 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 blah. It's at this place. Show up. We're just going to have coffee together. No sales pitches, nothing like this. But I want everyone in the group to meet at the tables, and we can all share what we're doing. Hand out our business cards to each other. And just have a great time. How would you like to join in with that? Who put their hands up for that? And blah, blah, blah. And make sure you got the booking there at your local cafe at 10 o'clock or something like that so they can all be in and out in about 1 hour. And ask them to bring along their business cards if they've got any. Okay? Easy to do. Okay. Number 2. What else can you do that's quick and easy? If you've got the office space, if you've got the room space there in your shop or whatever the premises that you've got, or maybe even you have a whole upper level room in your house or your apartment, you might have a special studio area or something like that where you can conduct social activities, or even at the back of your house, on the back patio or something like that, poolside, whatever. Run a meeting where you invite people in. It could even be a boardroom type meeting, because I've been to a lot of these. When I used to work in the financial futures markets, we had to go get our own clients. Sometimes what we found was quite easy to do was to maybe hold a lunchtime, sandwiches and orange juice or something like that. No alcohol or anything along those lines, but we used to bring in a bit of the catering, invite a whole lot of people, show them a few things of what was going on, no charge for the event. Bang, a lot of people would show up. It was great fun. You can do that with your business. Make a social activity event. Don't put any pressure on people to buy anything. Just make it fun for people to show up and have a good time. And in the process, you're lowering the boom for them to connect with you. Isn't that what we all want to do? Sometimes people only need a little bit of impetus from you to say, hey, you're a great person to deal with. I really enjoyed that. And the mere fact that you didn't push, look, I'd always been thinking about doing some business with you for about a year, blah, blah, blah. But now you've invited me here and I've had orange juice and a few sandwiches. I'd like to talk with you about blah, blah, blah. That's all it requires. Just to lower the boom by making it easy for them to approach you. So there are 2 things that you can do right away. A coffee shop get together, or invite people in, have a boardroom meeting, or maybe some kind of a special little get together, and have a fun time, and lower the boom for people to connect with you. And don't stop at doing one meeting. Do another one next month. Do another one the month after that. In the process, you'll develop a circle of new friends that you never even knew existed. So give that a shot, okay? If you like this video, I'd like to see more of you following some of my other videos. You'll see some of the different links up here, and I hope that you can watch some more of my material and speak with you in the future. This is David Newton speaking.